Hey everybody, what up though? I'm back to talk about episode 7, the penultimate episode of The Mandalorian. Got my Grogu shirt on. Ready to talk about it. This episode is called The Believer. I think it plays a lot on the ideas of Mando's beliefs in the Mandalorian way. He's talked a lot throughout the season about both seasons actually about his beliefs, the Mandalorian religion of sorts, if whatever you want to call it. The fact that he can't take his mask off, or show his face, whatever it is. He actually got called out in an earlier episode this season by a character played by Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan, about basically saying that like his beliefs are archaic, and it's almost like he's part of a cult, and he's stuck in the past, and Mandalorians don't live in that fashion anymore. So this episode reintroduced Bill Burr's character, Mayfield, and he kind of pushed Mando a little bit on his belief, saying, you say that you can't take your mask off, and now you're wearing a stormtrooper mask. Which one is it? Can you not take your mask off? Can you not show your face? He shows his face probably for about 5 minutes, fairly late in the episode. It looks like that's probably going to be something they're going to do maybe once a season, or maybe even they'll make it so that this episode's called The Believer. Maybe he's going to start to believe in the newer way of being a Mandalorian and be a little bit more comfortable with taking his mask off. I actually heard that there was a little bit of controversy with Pedro Pascal not being a big fan of how little screen time he personally got. And, this could be a way to kind of work their way out of it. As far as the episode goes, it was another pretty packed episode of action. It moved the plot forward, like I mentioned last week. The plan right now is to basically try to reattain Grogu, and they needed to break Bill Burr's character out of jail so that he could give them the coordinates to Moff Gideon's ship. So you have basically two big action sets. You have the attack on this base where Mando and Mayfield dress up as stormtroopers. They commandeer a stormtrooper vehicle, and they get attacked by pirates on the way in, which one of the problems I had with this episode actually is the fact that they called these people pirates. Pirates take things. These people were just trying to blow up the explosives that were in this truck, which makes me think that they were actually villagers, like residents of the village that they were driving through at the time, who just don't want to see a stormtrooper presence in their village. And I feel like that would have been a better angle to play as for, who these people are, than to just merely call them pirates. But I think once you call them pirates, they become expendable. And if they're people who are protecting their village, then they are not so easily expendable. They become, somebody that the audience might value. So they call these people pirates, even though they don't pirate anything. And that's the first big action set piece. And the second one is essentially the escape from this this station. Bill Burr's character. Well, I'm going to get into spoilers if I keep going, so I'm not going to. But pretty good action pieces. I thought, this episode was not as fun as most of the previous episodes. It did continue to throttle the show forward. So I'm looking forward to the season finale, which is this Friday. Should be a packed episode. We're looking at potentially having Mando, Cara Dune, Bill Burr's character left. Mando, Cara Dune, Boba Fett, Ming-Na Wen's character. I'm Finnick, I think they said her name was. I remember it because it matches the name of my favorite character from the Hunger Games, but it's spelled differently. But then her and maybe even Ahsoka might show up for this full-on attack on Moff Gideon's ship to get Grogu back. And I am personally thinking, so prepare as a potential spoiler, but this is just a guess on my part. Grogu was on this rock trying to summon Jedi, supposedly, and nothing came of it. Only bad guys came, and then he got taken. It's my guess that signal was reached by some Jedi, and that Jedi will come and save them at the end of the finale this Friday. So really looking forward to that. The Mandalorian has been really good this year. I think that, as I've said every time, once you let go of the idea of expecting the plot to move forward throughout the entirety of every episode, once you let that go and accept that these are going to be kind of like, adventure of the week type episodes that will move the main plot forward in like the final 30 seconds, if you accept that and just go in and like, okay, what sort of fun is this episode going to give me? You'll be pleased pretty much every week. I thought this one was a little bit lesser than the last two, but still a good episode. I thought the action pieces were pretty good. I thought they did a really good job of trying to bring some sort of depth into the episode by really discussing Mando's beliefs and making sure that Mayfield kind of pushed him a little bit on that. So good stuff there. Really nice acting work from Bill Burr as well. Really enjoyed the episode. So again, remember, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it. Give me some criticisms, critiques, whatever you may have. And I will be back next week to talk about the finale of season 2 of The Mandalorian. And I'll be back later this week to talk about all of the announcements that Disney did over the past weekend. So stay tuned for that. Peace.